What's scary is that some of you have been horrible women for so long that you don't even know when someone is showing another woman how to be a good woman.
Today, man, we get into those butter biscuits, bruh. Them biscuits is getting buttered. You know what I mean? You see the energy that the angry man has, right? Showing you how to be a woman. You go to the title, it's talking about a white woman shows black women how to be. Bruh. Bruh. We understand your affinity to white women. That's why we got to go into this. Pearl Davis, Just Pearly Things, okay? Who had some of the sickest thing to say about black people. You know, slavery was a lie. You know, we thought of George Washington like our father, amongst other things she did. But look how this man speaks and backs her up and stands by this white woman, though. Look how he stands by her, bruh. Look how he stands by her. I'm not saying, if you want to stand by whoever you want to stand by, I'm not a racist person, bruh. Stand by whoever you want to stand by. I get it, bro. But do you put your own people down to do it? And why don't you have that same rah that you have when you're dealing with the pale person, bruh? We got to watch it, bruh. We got to watch it. So we're going to get into this right now. You already know. Buckle your seatbelts, y'all.
The reason why we're here is because LTT had asked the question, is Pearl on the chopping block? So I want to bring it back there because Angryman is here as well. And Angryman, I wanted to ask you directly about your position on Pearl because you did take a very strong stance in support of Pearl after she invited Nick Fuentes on her channel, right? Just like Fresh and Fit invited Nick Fuentes on their channel, knowing full and well that Nick Fuentes is a white supremacist. And Pearl is not just white, she is culturally white. Culturally white, okay? So it's not just somebody who is ignorant of racism or things of this nature. Rather, she is pushing the idea that slavery is embellished, in her own words. This comes directly from the Confederate Sisters of America's diatribe when they tried to defend their role in slavery. She had Nick Fuentes basically assault her black staff while in interview, and you defended her. So yeah, that's the question. What is your position?
Okay, my position was, and I did a show about it. I don't know if you saw the show, but I said basically that what Pearl said, one, a lot of what she said was taken out of context. And I played it over and over again for everybody to see. What she said was the guy that made the movie Roots, I forget his name or whatever. He said that he
His name is Alex Haley.
Yeah, Alex Haley. So he said that he...
The guy, you sound like Pearl, bro. You sound like you ignorant of our own culture. All this shit that you talk about black people every day. You don't know the man's name is Alex Haley? But you didn't hear the first thing? Well, a lot of what Pearl said was taken out of context. So why, when you're talking with these black women on panels, you can't give them the same rope, the same bridge to say, you know what, maybe some of that was taken out of context. No, you rah at the women on these panels, and you ain't barking on no white women, bruh. You real nice. I'm not saying a woman's a woman, bro. I get it. But it seems like you only go at certain kinds of women, and those women being black. Why, bruh? What did the black woman ever do to you, bruh? You didn't even choose a black woman to be with. Aren't you with a Latina? Nobody's mad at whoever anybody's with. You know that, right? I'll never be mad at anybody. But why don't you talk more about Latinas and stop talking about black women, since a Latina's in your wheelhouse? You have a Latina, a Spanish woman. Why don't you talk more about Spanish issues, Latina issues within women? You don't talk about that, right? Only black women and the racial tropes and the stereotypes is what you push to line your pockets. You ain't no better than nobody, bruh. You ain't no better, angry man. You ain't no better, bruh. You're not. And you throwing indirects to me is where you messed up. because I was very direct to you and I spoke to you directly on a panel, but yet you go back on your channel and other people's channel talking indirectly and trying to use me, right, to further your what you form. What I don't even know what the agenda that you have with Carmelo Anthony, bro. That's why you against Carmelo, son, because you love to shuck and jive for the white man and the white woman, bro. But it's a grift. Why are you doing it, bro? To incite black people? What? To yes, massa, to the white man. We get it, bro. I'm not stupid. I'm very smart. I don't think you could debate me, bro. I don't think. I've seen you for years, brother. I will pull the real fucking truths out of you. Trust me, and have people really looking at you a different way. Don't get it twisted, brother. Be direct next time, and I won't be doing this.
He said, Thomas Sowell, he said that he embellished roots, which was what she said. Now, everybody was saying she was saying that slavery was embellished. Now, if that was the statement she made, I would not agree with that. But what she said was that roots was embellished. And so we got into this whole back and forth, and, you know, everybody, you know, says what they say. I done been called a coon eating butter biscuits, all of that goofy shit, right? But no, like, my position was that wasn't what she said. Now, does that mean not?
Actually, that is actually what she said, right? I know which video you're talking about. I've watched it.
Son, the man is lying, bro. The woman said it's embellished, bro, because she's listening to other people. Why don't she do her own history about black culture before she speaks on it? But she can listen to So Well. You taking even So Well out of some contexts as well. What? So Well's her guy. That's her guy. But look how he's shucking and jiving for her. She didn't say that. But she said the movie was embellished. Bruh, the movie was based upon a real atrocity that happened. Do you think the little hats, the small hat people, do you think if they made a movie about the situation with, you already know the vibe? You know, I don't want to go into it, right? Do you think that people are coming to say that's embellished? Their own people. Any of the small hats, do you think they would come out and say, nah, man, that was, you know what I mean? When they was breathing, it wasn't like that, son. You know what I'm saying? They would take a deep breath to the table. You know what I mean? You think they're going to say that's embellished, bro? Only we do this weirdo type stuff, bro. Only us. This is weird work. He's defending a person that he didn't even understand. Remember, he didn't even know the man's name that created the movie. But he watched it back multiple times and seen her, and I played it back and back and back. Oh, massa, I played it back. But he didn't even know the man's name, Alex Haley. Think about this. Don't be hoodwinked. Don't be bamboozled. Don't make these people race bait you. Him, I'm talking about. Because we already know what the other people are doing. That's what they do. That's how they butter their biscuits. But then they bring their biscuits for this man to butter them too. Don't play with me, brother. We know who you are. We know who you are. Trust me, we do.
Myself, she started off by saying that I don't want to get in trouble by saying this, but some of the story of line of slavery sounds embellished. And then she continued to mention Alex Haley and Roots, and she said, like you said, I don't remember his name, right? And then she said the author of Roots said that he wanted his people to write a myth for his people to live by.
Argument was the Holocaust was not special and all countries have done that.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so you're saying, why is the Holocaust special?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. Okay, what do you mean basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, because of course, you know, we're getting into the details of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
Yeah, I mean, but you kind of deny it happened.
Yeah, I deny some of the parts of it.
You deny parts of it don't seem realistic to you. You think they were embellished upon.
I think they're embellished, yeah.
The same way. This sounds, oh gosh.
Oh boy.
They're gonna get trouble. This sounds similar to the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish. And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible, it was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
yeah.
A few moments later. Now, this was the part that was probably the dumbest part of the whole interview. This was the stupidest, the dumbest. Oh, this was stupid. So I said that slavery was embellished in the interview. Now, that not only is that comment insensitive, it's not accurate. There were things in slavery that were worse than what was shown on TV. What I was referring to, I don't even want to tell you guys what I was trying to say because it wasn't what came out and it doesn't even matter.
That was Alex Haley.
It doesn't even matter. Why wouldn't you clear it up then? Because you don't have an answer, lady. We know what's going on, right? We know what's going on, bro. Didn't I say the small hat situation? You see what they was end up talking about, right? Come on, bro. It's weird. Not only is it insensitive, do you think that they could depict all of the violences and the atrocities that really happened during that time period? But again, look at the connection between him and her. They both didn't even know who the man was. I could see from her, she's, you know what I mean? She's white, bro. So I can get that she doesn't know. Why doesn't he know? Why? Think about this. Let's listen to his answer, but listen to his demeanor and how he's talking. Watch how I started this video and how he's talking when in relation to black women and how they learn it from a white woman, you know what I mean, or a non-black woman is teaching them something, how to be women. You see his rhetoric? Because the white woman is showing two black women or whatever the title is to be women. You see how you see the right? Look how you talk when in relation to Just Pearly Things, to this woman. Think about this, okay? And I'm not racist, bro. I love all people. I think there's no color on a good person. That's just me personally, brother. You feel me? But I'm not going to put my own people down just to lift up somebody else because I'm trying to grift. I'm trying to get along, go along to get along. No, I'm not going to do that, bro. That makes no sense to me, brother. It makes no sense to me. If you're going to show somebody love, show them love. I show many people love. Ask anybody that have met me. Ask anybody that ever met me, for real. I'm not that person. But you stepping on the backs of your own people. You kicking in the backs of black women, right? Every day on panels, you argue with them. Listen, I'm going to tell you, you ain't nothing. Mr. Ad-ass dude. Yeah. Right? Just horsing around. But look at the gloves that he put on to deal with Just Pearly Things. This is what we're looking at. The mindset of the man. So this ain't just about white and black. It's not about that. I've never been about that. Feel me? It's not that serious. Trust me, especially on our level where we are. More people have more in common on our level. The higher you go up, then that becomes even more of an issue. But on our level, a lot of us are sometimes in the same positions, bro. And that's just reality. It's economic. This war's economic. It's a financial war. Trust me. Listen to this stuff.
Speaking about the authoring of his book, Roots, correct?
Well, the statement that I made on my show when it happened is I said that first part was incorrect, but the part about Alex Haley was correct. And I said she shouldn't have said it. If anybody watched the show, she shouldn't have said it.
I remember something else being said too.
What else did I say?
I just remember you saying that movies are actually made to look worse than reality because that's just the way it is. And I was thinking,
that was Pearl's statement too, per Roots.
You can't make movies worse than reality because there's no way to equate movie simulation to what reality is. Like, no matter how many fake lashings you give somebody, nothing compares to the actual lashings you saw from photos where people were imprinted from their backs that you look like it was out of something from medieval times. So things like that just seem kind of outlandish. I remember that take there.
That's a fact, sir. That's a fact, young man. That's big. Mike from the Rule. That's a fact. That's why we all know that books are way realer than movies. You watch a movie to any movie. You see the book to the movie. The book goes into more details. You can get grasp the real feeling of a movie if you read a book. Not everything can be put into a movie, right? But he's saying just because movies embellish because they just putting things in there. Angryman, it's sad work with you. And you the person that's out here trying to tell people something, young black men and all kind of black people and young men how to think. and you got a book called The Standard? Bro, you have no standards, bruh. Your standards are all over the place, brother. Which way did he go? Which way did they go? Brother, you have no standards, bruh. You shuck and jive at any chance you get, brother. And kick in the backs of your own people. And that's why I cooked you on that panel. Because I would never forget that, bro. I could be humble around you sometimes, or many people. And you know what I mean? And be cordial, bro. But I can't forget some of the things that you said. And I won't forget it. Trust me. Now you're trying to use the situation with you and I to form an agenda with the Carmelo Anthony situation. It's just sad work with you, bro. Everything you think of is a grift. And you're a victim. You're in the victim Olympics. Yo, man, a guy from Brooklyn said this to me. And victim Olympics, bro. Victim Olympics. You're a victim Olympian, bro.
But somebody else go ahead and go.
Well, hold on. I want to say this, though. So I get what you're saying because you kept saying you played it back. So A Street, if you want the same conversation, like, okay, I have a response to that. So, and it was clearly Pearl's words. So why didn't she have the same response you gave to Ethan on H3 podcast? Because he literally played her words back to her. And she felt a little bit like, oh, I got your moment. I'm stuck. So let's kind of like escape from the podcast.
So do you agree with that premise that slavery was embellished?
There are parts that are under embellished and there are parts that are over embellished. I think it just depends what we're talking about.
So interesting. I've got to know what was over embellished about slavery.
I mean, I was talking about a book that I read. Thomas Sowell talks about how the guy that made Roots talked about how it was a myth for his people to live by.
You know, myth doesn't necessarily mean it's a lie, right?
And that doesn't mean the way it's depicted in the movie was how it actually happened.
Thomas Sowell compared Barack Obama to Adolf. Do you like that analogy?
But he wrote like 100 books.
You also said George Washington was viewed from his slaves like a father.
That was from a Thomas Sowell book.
So he's your guy. Thomas Sowell's the man. Thomas Sowell wrote a column about supporting segregation in public schools.
Like, you want me to talk about every single one of this man's opinions?
47 of George Washington's slaves tried to escape. Would you try to escape if you loved your master?
Maybe that one was wrong. I was quoting a book. So
do you agree with his statement, though?
Do I think overall it was embellished? Some parts, sure.
There it is. Which parts?
Some parts.
No, please tell me which parts. Tell me.
I think that certain slaves had good relationships with their owners. Not all, maybe not most, but I think some did. You guys act just like I've been preached.
Like, there's been a whole diverse.
Thank you. I really appreciate you having me on. But I'm gonna go. Thank you.
George.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, she shouldn't have said it in the first place. Like, I already acknowledged that. And she shouldn't have said that in the first place. Like, sitting up there as a white woman making a statement like that is, even if you said it, it doesn't matter how you say it. It's gonna come off bad. It's gonna be bad optics either way.
All right, let me pause real quick. Hold on, let me pause real quick. We got a super chat from Brother Jumbie. Shout out to Brother Jumbie. Hold up. There we go. So Brother Jumbie said, that's a fucking lie. Alex Haley said, I give my people a folklore or mythos, not a work of fiction. Jesus, read a book, peanut butter. So that's what Brother Jumbie said. And this is, for me, I have done breakdown after breakdown after breakdown. I've watched Pearl get on every platform possible, putting her foot in her mouth. I've seen Pearl make the most racist statements. If we're going to sit here in good faith and actually say that Pearl is not a racist and harken back to one statement and debate that, it's like we're not keeping it a stack right now. Pearl hung herself already. She already did the whole anti-Semitic thing on top of the whole black racism. It's already fully established now. There is nothing to debate here. So when we're going through the minutia of, oh, it was framed this way and it was X, Y, and Z, it's like, what are we doing here? We're months past establishing that Pearl is racist. Now, Angryman, we know you caped for her. So we should be looking at, why did you cape for her knowing that she's racist, instead of trying to debate the points of saying, oh, she's maybe not racist and X, Y, and Z. Why did you cape for her? Was it financial? Was it she has 1 million subs, you have 400,000 or whatever you have? Anton has 200,000. Y'all are doing the business move type shit. Like, what was that about?
No, when I did the show, that was genuinely my thoughts. I didn't get a benefit from that. I haven't been on Pearl's show. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a benefit from that. That was just me saying what I thought. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if people disagree with it, cool. We can have the conversation. We can debate about it. As far as other statements that Pearl has made, I don't really watch Pearl like that. You feel what I'm saying? I saw that.
You don't really watch Pearl like that. This man is fake as hell, bro. Everybody knows. I don't even know Pearl, bro. And I know. He knows. So what, you just jumping on the bandwagon and everything? So why you don't jump on the bandwagon and help some of them sisters that's out on them panels that you barking on, screaming on, and acting crazy with? Have you ever barked on Pearl the way you bark on black women on panels, sir? Have you ever, sir? Have you ever Brandy song? Have you ever, sir? But look at the tone. Look how he's talking. Then he's trying to play mental gymnastics with us, right? Yeah, that he doesn't know. He doesn't watch Pearl's content. And he just said what he said. And he's not looking for a grift, or he's trying to gain subs because she had 1 million subs and he had 400 at this point. And Anton had 200. I didn't gain anything. You think you didn't gain anything? Huh? You gain some white people because that's what you want to gain. That's what you're looking to gain. And that's how come your channel has about 800,000, whatever, how much thousand you have now, and you can't even get 1,000 people in your chat. I've never seen it happen. As of late, it's never happened. Every time you go live, brother, 500 and change. Maybe you get 600. I don't even think you be getting 800s, bro. That's a fact. That's a fact, brother. It's a fact. You don't have a 1,000 Beano Nations that's in there, brother. And Beano Nation is deep. I see a lot of people support the Beano Nation. Shout out to the whole Beano Nation. Shout out to y'all. But you can't even get 1,000 Beano Nations in there. Why not? Why not, brother? Sad work with you, man. Sad work how you just cape and just put on your cape for these people. But you would never defend a black woman, though. You're always going to kick her back in. But you laying up next to a Latin woman, which I'm not mad, do whatever you want to do on earth. Everybody could love whoever they want to love. But why you don't make videos about Latin women and what they do? Since that's what is in your backyard and that's what you're more known for now, because that's who you're with, right? You never did that. You won't do that. You won't ever talk about a Latina woman, bro. It's a grift, sir. It's a grift. See, I'm coming direct to you, talking direct to you, saying who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you, not being like you, running through loops, windmilling around and all his cartwheels. No, man shit. Talk directly to you, saying what I'm saying to you, sir, about you, sir. Showing you, sir. Come on.
That statement because everybody was showing it and everybody was commenting on it. And I'm like, now that part was content strategy because like everybody talking about it, I'm gonna talk about the shit too. But my thoughts on it were genuine.
But your thoughts on it are genuine. Everybody, all black folks are enraged thinking that she's done some racist, they're knowing that she's done some racist shit because it persists. And you don't watch Pearl like that to take in her content. You want to speak about it because everybody's speaking about it. There's no harm in that. But you take the defense of Pearl going against your people, and it's just, oh, you thought that she like I don't really understand the explanation here. And then months later, after it's pretty much solidified that she's racist, you're still taking the same
in that particular instance. But if you showed me a clip right now where she said something that I felt was racist, I'm like,
come on, brother, stop fronting. He said in the content strategy form, everybody was talking about it, so he talked about it. Right? But then not only do you talk about it, right? You come to the defense of the woman and put the whole goddamn cape on. Superman, and put the cape on, sir. So how do you not know nothing about a person, not watch nothing about a person, react to one clip because everybody else is reacting to a clip, but yet then you come in full defense of said person, bro? How do you put your whole credibility, your whole livelihood, your bread and butter on that? How, Sway? Make it make sense, bro. This man is running mental gymnastics right now, cartwheeling around the topic, bro. Angry Man's problem is he thinks he's the smartest person on the internet. And he think he's so smart that he could backpedal his way out of them butter biscuits that he mentioned. I called everything from a coon to the butter biscuits. We get it, brother. I know why you was called it. Straight. And I don't call people names, brother. I don't, bro. I ain't call you a kiss noon. I ain't call you a kiss noon, bro. I ain't call you that. But I know you buttering some biscuits, though. That's that's what you are doing, sir. Yeah, of course you are, sir. Yeah, you are. You are. It's nasty work with you, bro. It's nasty work. When you gonna really support your people, bro? Every time you get a chance to kick in your back of your people, and then you're gonna say, I'm telling my people the right way and the right thing to do. From a white person's lens, you are talking to us from, sir. You're not talking to us like a black person, bro. You're talking to us and talking to black people like you're a white man, sir. And I know white men that don't even do this. So who are you? Who are you, bro? You need to check yourself at the door, son. Because there's a spook that sat next to it. Okay.
I'll be like, yeah, that's some racist bullshit.
So what do you feel is racist?
Slavery being embellished is not racist.
It is, but the comment about roots, I didn't think that was racist.
Nobody was complaining about the comment about roots. As a matter of fact, if you run throughout Black YouTube, I can't recall a single person who mentioned, oh, you know what?
How do you
Pearly said about the roots? They're talking about slavery being embellished. They were talking about Nick Fuentes being on the channel in front of a bunch of black people and her saying that these are my Africans. That's what they were talking about.
Yeah,
and that Brother Angryman, I would like to hear from you as well, because I did watch a good portion of your response, and you did mention in your response, if you recall, that in your defense of Pearl, right, and your basically defense of yourself, I'm assuming, right, you said that you were done with black women.
Yeah, I did say that. I did. So,
hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
What?
I did say that. Well, hold on. So here's my thing, bro. If you
every chance he gets to kick in the back of a black woman, he does it, bro. So when I was barking on him, cooking him, and I told him something and left, I don't have time to be debating with nobody. I told you I'll leave my phone number, brother, and you can pull up when you're goddamn ready. That's what I told him, right? Because I'm not shucking and jiving, and I'm most definitely very assertive and very direct as a man. I don't play around with that type of stuff, okay? He goes on a Victim Olympics run, goes back to his channel, talk about some guy from Brooklyn threatened me, and he got the thing that everybody is like crime and gangsters or something till they get up in court. He got that. He's channeling it and putting an agenda together to put what happened with me and him to Carmelo Anthony, which he says Carmelo Anthony's King Von. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, bro. I don't even know what that's supposed to be, because he also said that to me too. And I looked at him like he was crazy. Whatever the hell that supposed to mean. He doesn't hesitate to kick the backs of black women in, bro. That's why when I first came to YouTube, I never rocked with him. I never liked him. Never liked Kevin Samuels. I never liked O'Shea Duke Jackson. I never rocked with Anton. I never been on Anton's panel. I cooked Anton, barked on him directly to his face on a panel. It's the only interaction I ever had with Anton Daniels. I cooked him and barked on him. Why? Because he was violating black women, bro. A certain black woman that I knew too. My homegirl, my homie. At that. Straight. And it got me out my body, boy. Straight, bro. So I've been triggered by you people, bro. That don't mean I gotta act a circus or act a monkey all the time. I could be around you on the panel, even have a cordial conversation with some people sometimes, bro. But the stigma that's left in my mind about you guys, come on, bro. Y'all never change y'all tunes, bro. Y'all just grifting the whole way through. And y'all just kicking in the backs of black women and y'all think it's cool, bro. But then when it comes to a person like Just Pearly Things, because she's white, and you think this could get you some of that other side, or maybe get you that white dollar, you hollers. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. You done gave away, you done threw away your integrity, bro. Long time, Angryman. Your integrity is out the door. Pride is out the window, sir. I wish it would have took the steps. It would have been better for you. You've been through that shit out the window, son. With the bath water or whatever the fuck. Come on, bro. It's just nasty work, bro. It's nasty work, bro. Why don't you come to the defense of black women? Why don't y'all get to y'all statures of platforms? You, Anton, Daniels, all of y'all, bro. Why don't y'all get to the stature of your platform, bro? And you raised up your platform so big to come in the defense of black women, to defend them, to really show them something and tell them something in a real way, bro. Instead of trying to step on them, kick their backs in, right? Be hypercritical of them, but you're not hypercritical of this woman that's saying some of the most heinous things about your own people right now. Why aren't you so hypercritical about her? Why don't you got that saying that I played in the beginning of the video when you talk about a white woman is teaching some black women how to be a woman? Why don't you have that same and why don't you ever make videos about Latina women? Since you're with a Latina, bro, and you ain't got no plans of being with no black women because you can't stand them. You just said it right there. You ain't don't deal with them. You ain't talking to them. You don't care no more. Whatever the hell you said, sir. Whatever you said, sir. Come on, bro. You don't want me cooking you, brother. You don't want me cooking. It's years of content that I have to go through, bro. Years, bro. Years. By the time I'm done, I'll be on 800,000 subscribers. And remember, after I cooked you on that panel, I never went to make a video about you. But yet you went back on your channel, subbed me indirectly, talking about some guy from Brooklyn threatening you and all of this other stuff, trying to correlate it and bring it all into the Carmelo Anthony so you could grift that situation. Using me to grift with Carmelo is weird as hell. And then you went on another channel and you was talking about it there, and I heard you, bro. I didn't say nothing. I didn't even message in the comments, bro. I seen your video. You was up. I seen it. I didn't even message, bro. I seen you on the other channel. I didn't even comment about it, bro. I just let you do it, bro. I just let you do it, bro. But enough is enough now. We're going to get into you. Pause.
You've ever watched my show, right? I may take a position that a lot of people don't agree with, and I have my reasons for it, right? But it's my thought. It's my original thought. It's me being genuine, right? So what'll happen is I'll have a bunch of people come into the chat room and start fucking with me about it. At that point, I'm gonna start talking shit, and there's no telling what the fuck I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm. But I probably did say that shit.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. But the point
probably did say it, man. You know what you said? You say that shit all the time, bro. And your action says it when you always beefing with a black woman on the panel, and you a grown ass man. You gonna let what a chat does and determine how you move as a grown ass man? This is YouTube. This is the internet. You have trolls. If you cannot deal with a chat, why the hell would you be a channel holder? And that's the same reason why you got into it with IZZY Bands, who's your damn best friend on this damn channel and on his damn YouTube platform, bro. The man put his own feelings, his own integrity to the side for you, bro. His chat was cooking him, used to cook him. But he said, nah, man, no Angryman slander. Yo, come on, son, y'all chill, son. That's my homie, bro. Chill, bro. I never seen a man defend you like IZZY Bands in my damn life. At Real Spill with Mills. Straight up, bro. Nobody, bro. But look what he did with IZZY Bands, bro. Try to son IZZY Bands. Try to make him, what? Go against his own people, his own channel. That's what he did to IZZY Bands, bro. And I made a couple of videos about that shit because I thought it was so foul, right? And he was mad at what IZZY's chat is saying about him, right? And IZZY be trying to tell his chat, yo, listen, no Angryman slander. You know we ain't having it. Y'all chill. You know what I'm saying? But you can't stop everybody from doing something, brother. This is the YouTube. This is the internet, brother. But then when IZZY Bands went on Angryman's channel, I was there. Just so happened, God is great. He always put me in the right direction, bro. You let Angry Snowman, who's a white man, violate and try to disrespect IZZY Bands, and you ain't try to stop him. You ain't say, nah, Angry Snowman, that's my homie. Chill. No IZZY Band slanders. You never said nothing like that, bro. You never went to the way that IZZY went to protect you, to protect him. But you would do it for the white man and the white woman, bro. Protect who you want to protect, bro. But does that mean you're not going to protect your own people too as well? At least good people? If you don't want to protect bad people, no matter what color they are, shout out to you for that. I get it. But a good person deserves protection, right? No matter what color they are, right? Right? But your people, that's good to you. Like IZZY Bands, doesn't he deserve some protection, bro? He's his own man. Men can stand up for themselves. I get it. It's not like he just sat down, rolled over. He was banging back with Angry Snowman. You know what I'm saying? Pause and have came up. But you know what I mean? They was added on a panel. Through your own friendship with a dude that you knew for years to the side, bro. Right? Because you in your fee-fees. Because of what people are saying in the chat. And you're a grown man, bro. You're a grown man, bro. You're a grown man, bro. But now you don't remember what you were saying. You don't remember that you said that. You don't remember. You act like that all the time with black women on panels. I'll bring a cluster of people up here right now, men and women, and say, yo, bro, how Angryman act towards black women, bro? Yo, so no. Yo, how he act towards you, sister? Yo, you do how he act towards? I know I got the videos, bro. I go back and bring him back from IZZY Band channel, from a few channels, at least from IZZY Band channel. You cursing out women over there, brother. Bridget, my sister. You ain't curse out Bridget. You ain't disrespect Bridget because she's just in a chat and all she said is, yo, Angryman, can you pay that money? Because IZZY Band got an F-bomb thing. When you drop an F-bomb, then you got to pay $5. But IZZY want the money expeditiously. You want the money when you do it. You don't want to wait for the money. And the chat is used to that. So all she said was, yo, just Angryman, you ain't paid the money yet or something like that, right? Even though he's a grown man, he could pay him when he's ready. And that's his homeboy in real world. Angryman is IZZY's homeboys in real life for like 20 years, 30 years, right? So she didn't have to say that to him. But that's the temperament of IZZY Bands' channel. And that man went off on Bridget. I'll go back and find it, brother. So what did she really say that warranted everything that you said to Bridget? What did she say, bro? What did she say, bro? Come on, bro. We're going to change the name from the Angryman to something else very shortly, bro. We're going to change it, bro. Trust me, we are. And don't be mad when we do. Don't be mad, bro. You showed us enough for us to change your name to something else. I don't think you're angry at all. I really don't, bro. I don't really think you're angry. I think you're something else. But I'm going to save that for our next video. Okay? Because I already thought of the name. Sad word with you, man. Sad word with you.
The point is that you came to the defense of a white woman and then threw your own woman under the bus. That's the optics behind it.
I didn't throw my own woman under the bus.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
You said I'm done with black women. Like how is that not throwing them under the bus?
I mean, he threw into the river. He didn't throw them under the bus.
Okay. My apologies.
Right? It's a difference. Thank you, Mike. It's a difference.
Yeah, I'm sorry, brother.
Look, he acts like he don't know what he says, right? Try to get away with that one. Then when they really bring back what he says, right? Even though they having a laughing temperament because they're calling him out and they catching him up in his lies, he's laughing though. But it's funny, Angryman. You're a grown-ass man, son. You don't got kids? You're black, right? So you don't have black daughters? Or you don't have daughters that's black? I don't know. I don't know what you have, brother. Because I know that you're with a Latina woman, so you could have mixed race children. I don't understand. But you're black. So they say the kid is what the father is, so you're black. So your children are still black, regardless of the fact if you have children. Regardless of the fact your children are black, bro. Right? Even if they're mixed, they're still black, bro. People try to separate all that shit. Listen, they're still black, bro. You're black, right? So your kids are still black, bro. But you feel comfortable saying that you're going to throw away black women. And you acting like you don't remember when your actions every day on panels for years express that same thing. You, Anton Daniels is the same thing, bro. Every chance he gets, he does the same thing. I've never seen y'all come to the real support of black women. Anton only wants to do that when he want to get in the sheets with them. Straight, bro. That's it. If he don't want to get in the sheets with you, it ain't none of that. And when it goes wrong, you kicked out the bed. Straight. That's fact. We've seen that from Anton's actions as well. I've been around long enough to see this. So you're not new to me, brother. You're not new, bro. I've been new your grift and your shift and your switch. You know what I mean? I've been seeing it, bro. You act like you the only one that don't know who you are, man. And you need to be talking to the man in the mirror. You do. And you need to change your ways, brother. You need to change your ways.
Great, Bill. You wanted to jump in there.
Oh shit, Great Pill. What's going on with you, bro?
What's going on, man? Yeah, you already know me.
The whole reason why I came up is because I saw the show that OT did yesterday. I think you did it yesterday with Anton, lead attorney or whatever.
That was earlier today.
Earlier today? Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw that show and I wanted to come up here to address what you had said about Fresh. The only reason why I felt bad for Fresh is because I feel like Fresh kind of gets drug along with Myron's antics and shit.
Oh yeah, you said you felt sorry for Fresh, and I'm like, yo, you're feeling sorry for a follower, and that's holding him unaccountable as a grown ass man. He should know not to follow.
Supposed to be an alpha man.
Well, here's my thing. I can feel bad for any content creator that gets demonetized. That's just my position.
Except for Black women, right?
Damn! No, black women too. I don't like nobody. I don't like to see nobody's money messed with. You feel what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean I agree.
You don't like to see nobody's money messed with. So what happened with IZZY Banks, bro? What happened to Real Spills with Mills? Your man for 30 years. What happened with him, bro? IZZY got his channel. He telling you, listen, he defends you more than anybody on YouTube ever that I've ever seen in my life. I knew that he had to know you in real life. I'm like, what the fuck? People cooking IZZY in his own chat saying like, yo, bro, you just do this shit for Angryman, bro. Like everything for Angryman, bro. Right? You don't like to mess with no one's money. Listen, Bridget in the chat said, because you said a bunch of F-bombs, cursing up a storm. You're supposed to drop $5 every time you drop an F-bomb. Bridget just said, Angryman, are you going to pay the money, yo, so you don't forget? Or something like that. You didn't, or you said something like, you didn't pay the $5 yet, Angryman. And you went the hell off on him. That's that man's money. You arguing, going at his chat. That's that man's money. That's that man's channel. That's that man's money. So do you agree or disagree with trying to bring down somebody's money or messing up somebody's money, bro? When that's when you try to do to your own man for 30 years, whether you want to own it or not, you probably got an attitude towards him thinking that he disrespected you and he violated you and he put you out in the public eye when he challenged you back. But you know what it took for him to challenge you back, bro? You know how much things you was saying to him, son? For how many shows? Talking about, oh man, you was suck. Oh, you this, you that. You said mad things about IZZY, bro. I was just in chats. Sometimes I think I was on panels. I don't even know if I was on panels because I'd have said some shit to you, bro. But I think I was on a panel one time when you was there, son, saying some stupid shit. But I most definitely was in the chat. So you don't agree with that wholeheartedly, sir. You don't. And this is from years before this, you saying this. This is how much months ago that you're saying this right now. But then couple of months back, look what happened with you and IZZY Banks. You try to mess that man money up, bro. And you acting like you probably got an attitude. You ain't been back on his channel since then. And you think like what? You found some other people to grift off to go run around and to push your book. You know what I'm saying? That's them channels that you be on, bro. And them people think that you're helping their channel, bro. You're not, bro. You're really not. You just think that you're the old grand wizard, Merlin. You want to talk all the time. You think you're the smartest person on the panel, right? You think because you have a whole bunch of subscribers that gives you some seniority or some beniority like you've been here, right? When realistically, they get in 100s, 200s, sometimes 300s in their little chats as they're growing as small channels. They're growing, right? Getting whoever they're getting in their chat. And you have damn near 1 million and you can't get 1,000 in your chat. I think that they're on a better trajectory to having 1,000 people in their chats faster than you will. I don't think you'll ever get 1,000 people in your chat. And what do those guys do? Yo, buy his book, man. Yo, buy his book, son. Yo, buy that book, money. Yo, buy his book, bro. Yo, son, you gonna buy his book, bro? Yo, buy that Angryman book, bro. That's what they do for you, bro. And that's what you want. You just want to be around black people to use them, bro. That's what you want, son. You want to be around black women and kick their backs in. That's what you want, sir. You want people to praise you. That's what you want, sir. And you spend 12 hours, 10 hours. I've come back to lives. You on the live for like 20 hours, bro. What man with 1 million subscribers got that much time to sit on somebody else's channel for fucking 20 hours, bro? Who? Early in the morning, I'm waking up 5 in the morning, you still there. One, you ain't got no friends. That's a fact. You don't have no real friends, bro. Probably Izzy was probably your only friend. You have no friends. That's what this shows me as a man. You don't. You're bored as hell. Okay? Yeah? You're bored as hell. And you obviously want to grift and use them up too. Because as they gain their little subs, they could come to your channel. Obviously, it's a subs game, son. We already know how that works, bro. We all content creators, bro. So you ain't nowhere if you ain't trying to do something, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you're obviously trying to get their subs as you're growing, right? Because you have 800, how much ever thousand you have, and you can't get 1,000 people in your chat, sir. How realistic is that? How realistic is that, bro? And this is just one video, bro. This is just one video I'm doing, bro. And I wasn't even going to do these videos about you, brother. I didn't, bro. But when you started to sub me and come indirect and try to use me as an agenda with the Carmelo Anthony thing, no, you need to be stopped now. That's weird. This video right now is 46 minutes and going. And I just started it and I have things to do. So you see how this is going to go. I'm going to break this video into like 4 parts, 3 parts at least, probably 4 parts, 10 minutes each, bang, 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 15 minutes each video, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you see 1, you're going to see 2, you're going to see 3, you're going to see 4, you're going to see all 4 of these videos straight. And I'm tagging you. I'm not indirect like you. I'm going to at you, sir. I'm going to at you in them. So make sure you get the message because you like watching comments and tags and ats. You know, these people at me all type of shit. I don't even see shit, bro. I don't even see everything, bro. People probably be mad thinking I'm ignoring them. It's not even that serious, bro. I just don't be seeing shit, bro. But you just like this. Every little thing you watching. So you don't know what's going on when it come to Just Pearly Things? You's a liar, sir. That's what you are. I don't call people names, but that was a goddamn lie. And that would make you a liar. See what I'm saying? Simple.
Agree with all of the shit that Fresh and Fit does. You feel what I'm saying?
The problem that I have a problem with the red pill space and the manosphere space specifically because it's always sympathy, empathy for the man, and instead of being like, okay, you should be accountable for this, and it's all accountability and sternness for women, and it's none of that for the men. And I think that goes against the man building that y'all are trying to do. I think it creates very weak men, and these men are always reliant on
themselves.
Sorry?
Well, that is an issue because one of the reasons why, look, when it comes to the manosphere space, regardless of how long I've been in that space, I'm not the most liked guy in that space. And the reason why is because I do hold the men accountable for the shit that they do. I do talk about what men should do and what, and what they shouldn't do and things of that nature. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody that's ever watched me has seen me do it. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not just 24/7 on the windmill.
No hate at all, but I don't watch your content like that.
This is the real deal, son. Do you hold yourself accountable, bro? Let's just be honest, sir. Do you hold yourself accountable? I do hold men accountable. That's why they don't like me in the space. Sir, do you hold yourself accountable, sir? You violated IZZY bands. It's your man, 100 grand. You violated that man, bro. You probably got your nose in the air thinking that he did something to you. No, you violated that man, brother. You violated him. Nobody that's watching this video can tell me that he didn't violate IZZY bands unless you got your head all the way up Angryman's ass. Pause. Pausation. Let's be honest, bro. Let's be real with ourselves, man. Do you take accountability for your own actions, brother? Do you? Because even that, you was trying to backpedal out of the Just Pearly Things, right? I did, you know what I'm saying? If I heard her did say that, I would have said something about this. And just because people was making content on it, I jumped up and did a video on it. But I ain't see everything that Pearl be saying. And like, you don't know what the hell. You see the clips where everybody's saying about everybody. Just like how you jumped on that clip to react to that with Pearl. You see when other people is cooking it too, bro. Come on, it's the internet, bro. And you a person that watch every little thing. You watch every comment in the chat. That's how come I know the other day before I cooked you, when I came to your chat and I'll say, I said something to you. Remember? I went in your chat and I messaged you in there. Yeah, I know you saw the comment because you see every comment. I don't be watching comments, bro. Ask people my time. Bruh, they probably think I'm ignoring them, bro. I try to stay focused on what I'm doing up here, bro. Sometimes the comments will just shift your mind and bring your mind somewhere else, bro. I say prayers before I do lives and say, God, guide my words. And maybe I say the things that somebody may need to hear that's listening or entering into the chat or the channel. Maybe at that right moment, I could say something that could probably help a person in life. I say those type of things in prayers before I do live videos. You know that, right? So not all the time. I'm not grifting. I'm not worried about that. I don't tell people, yo, you got to donate to me. I've never been like that, bro, since my whole time on YouTube. No one's going to say that I ever been that. No, I've never been that guy, bro. If someone donates to me, cash apps me, super chats or whatever the case, cool. That's cool. I would like more of them. I get it, bro. But you know what I mean? Regardless of the fact, it ain't going to stop how I'm living. I'm still chilling, still taking trips, chilling in Japan for like a month, relaxing, doing my goddamn thing. Chilling, right? No cash apps did that, right? Nobody's purse strings had to get loosened for me to do that. Because our people support the wrong people. They support people that's grifting. They support people that's using them. They support people to be down with people. Anybody that ever met me from here in real life, whatever, I helped you in some way. I gave to you. I gave something to you. Ask anybody that met me at Diddy trial, whatever, I helped them. People was trying to bother them. I got up on their heels. You know, son, what you doing with my homie? What you doing with my homegirl, bro? Stop playing, boy. We'll do something to you out here, boy. You dumb. Ask people about me. How many people I defended on this YouTube? How many women I've defended on these things? How many men have I defended on these things, bro? And people was coming at them and dissing them and violating their kids. How many people I came to their aid? Risking my channel, risking my freedom in real life, risking my life in real life. How many people, bro? It's too many to name, too many to number it. Because it ain't all about me. I'm about people. Feel me? Period. Doesn't matter the color of a person too, bro. A good person is a good person. And a good person need defended. That's just period, bro. That's just period to me, bro. So this ain't a racial thing to me of he want to support just the white woman and not the black. Nah, bro, it's not me. That's not what I'm on, bro. I support people in general, bro. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus, bro. For real, for real. But I'm not going to lift up something else or someone else by stepping on the backs of my own people, bro, and kicking in the backs of my own women, our own women, bro, our own young men. You're using Carmelo Anthony like a circus, bro, just to get some white favor. And that's wild to me, bro. Because if Carmelo was your son, would you have the same feeling? If he was your son, would you think the same way? Would you have the same and call your son a King Vaughn? Say his ass was King Vaughn, nigga. Put his ass up the river and give his ass 90 years. Would you say that about your own son if Carmelo Anthony was the Angryman son? You wouldn't say that, bro. And that just be my thing. Whether you feel he deserved 35, 40, or 90, whatever, that's everybody's own opinion. I don't believe in echo chambers. I don't. My thing is, if this person was your own son, how would you feel? And any video I do with Carmelo, I say RIP to Austin Metcalf. I don't think that Austin should have died. I don't think that Carmelo should be doing 35. Point blank period, bro. Point blank period, bro. They are kids. They're young people. Right now, Austin would be around Carmelo's age, right? They'd be around 19, which would be my son's age. My son is 18, about to be 19 in 2 months. When I look at their situation, I think about my own child, bro. People make mistakes. Children make mistakes. Does it mean that it needed to cost him his life, right? Does it mean that Carmelo had to be pushed to a place because he wasn't the one that was instigating that situation? He wasn't, bro. He was on the defensive in that situation. Maybe his defense team couldn't bring that across, but he was on the defensive, bro. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a place and watching people, and I know people that's on the offensive, bro. That's just life. You know what I mean? Not justifying what he did is right. I'm not saying what Karmelo did was right. But both the Metcalfs and the Anthonys have suffered a great loss. The Metcalfs never see their child again. The Anthonys can. But they have lost their child as well to the prison system in that place. And that might as well have been a death sentence, probably, bro. Who's to say if he'll get out? Who's to say if someone will try to unalive him? Who's to say that he don't have to try to unalive something in there just to stay alive now? And that's the rat race that he's in inside that place. Trust me, there's going to be a lot of people in there, guards, inmates, all kinds of people that's going to try to enact justice on Karmelo Anthony now. So you think he got away? He didn't get away. He got 35 years, first of all, and 35 years in hell. Prison is hell. Okay, so you have 35 years in hell straight. And people are going to make sure that he lives and sees hell in that place. So there's no winners in this situation. He didn't win because he's alive. He's to a place that he's going to wish sometimes, sorry to say, you know, that he wasn't alive. And that's sad, bro. He's going to wish sometimes that he wasn't alive. Hopefully he don't try to do nothing to himself there too, bro. Because everything becomes too much. So there's no winners in this situation, bro. Period. I feel bad for the Metcalf family. I feel bad for the Anthony family. They both have suffered a loss. Major loss, bro. Period. Period, point blank. Whether Jeff Metcalf is racist, whatever he said, the watermelon felon shit, that's him. He's a racist. I'm not a racist, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's a Christian. I'm not even a Christian, bro. But I understand, and I do believe in God, and I do believe in Jesus, bro. So I understand we have to try to let some hate go. You know, I get it. And I'm not going to sin myself for what he feels because he's a racist, bro. That don't mean I have to be racist to him. That doesn't mean that. Feel me? I can have empathy. He lost his son. His son is no longer here, bro. I can have empathy for that. But I don't got to shuck and jive like the Angryman and try to grift and jump on a bandwagon just to get that white dollar. I don't have to do that. I can actually be real, talk to you real, just like I just talked to you now. And have some compassion and have some empathy as a human being and have humanity. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think about angry, shucking and jiving ass, butter biscuits, angry butter biscuits. You know what I'm saying? So what you feel about this guy, bro? Yeah, I mean, tell me, man. Anything you thinking about this, how he's using the Karmelo situation, how he was in full defense of Pearl. When it comes to this, he's really like supporting of white people, which we get it. I don't care if you want to support white people. Support white people, bro. I got friends that's white, bro, and I support them, bro. It's not that serious. Real friends in real life, son. Probably do more for me than a black person would sometimes. It's real, son. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter. Support who you want to support. But what you think about him kicking in the backs of black women, like I started this video, kicking in the backs of black men, young black men, right? Feel bad for Fresh and Fit and all these guys. Grown-ass men won't take accountability. And does he take accountability for his own self? He ain't trying to mess up nobody money. He don't like to see nobody money messed up. But he tried to do that to Israel Mills, IZZY Bands, Real Spills with Mills, his own friend for 30 years. Try to break down that man's channel. After that man showed him nothing but love and support. You think that's cool? Tell me what y'all think about any of that. Oota, Oota, Oota. Always on go. Subscribe to the channel.
All my niggas from the Oota. All my niggas turn shooters. Oota. All my ops turn rap. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. All my niggas turn shooters. Oota. All my ops turn rap. All my niggas from the Oota. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rap. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Show me the proof. All my niggas turn shooters. All my niggas from the Oota. All my niggas from the Oota. All my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn rap. All my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't been a threat. You been stuck in a computer. Show me insane. They tryna catch him a stain. Young niggas putting in pain. It in the